Retro Review. Original air date, October 26, 2017.
Let's see, got some Eye of Newt. Dried bat wings. Yeah, that will do nicely. And a little bit of witch's brew. Ooh, a nice flavor. Greetings, class, and welcome to Horror 101 and Professor Macabro's Halloween Marathon. Welcome to day 26 of this marathon that I have prepared for you. Today, class, I have a special brewing thing going on here. I am trying to mix up things and cook something special for you. Now, before, I had talked about a movie called The Witches. And that movie showcased a bunch of, let's face it, ugly, ugly women. Yes, those witches, while magnificent in their transformation, were not pretty to the eye. No, not at all, no. Even like I mentioned, beautiful Elvira in a TV pilot was also supposed to be a witch. So witches are very predominant in this world of horror. But oddly enough, not too many movies about witches exist. I never understood why. When I think of Halloween, I envision the classic witch on a broom flying through the night sky. Well, eventually someone decided that, you know what? That witches movie was pretty good, but the women there are kind of fugly. Let's make something more attractive to our younger audience. So, let us introduce the world of witches, but make it fashionable and shiny and with beautiful women and the like. So, that's how we got The Craft for witchcraft. Even though it does not feature witches, it features Wiccans. You would probably ask yourself, what's the difference? Well, witches are usually portrayed as using their magic powers through spells and the like for less than good deeds, while Wiccans are more about nature, and they don't actually produce spells per se, but they do have seances, and they are more connected to nature and old pagan deities. So, the story revolves around three would-be Wiccans. They are usually not very popular for various reasons. One is a little fruity, nuts to say anything more. The other has burns on her body, and the other one, I forget what her deal was. Now, they are outcasts in their society, so they wish to find a way to stand out. And the way that they do so is they try to practice witchcraft. But, they are not very good at it. Until one day, they meet a transfer student, and she seems to possess power that they can exploit. So, they try to get her into their little band. They do a little seance, do a little dance, shake a little move, get down tonight. Get down tonight. So, they do so, and boom! They tap into this girl's power, and now all four of them develop powerful magic. Now, of course, this is an example of a usual trope where an outcast gets power, and he or she becomes drunk with power. For now I have power. Now I will reign glorious vengeance against my enemies. And she does. But the main villain girl, which is her, does her job magnificent. Mwah! A delightful performance. You really do believe that this girl is enjoying her power and the freedom that it brings. Now, of course, I will mention this. There is a small lack of judgment on behalf of the three girls. Because as they are walloping in their power, the other one, the one that actually has power, is like, I know I'm the new person here, but I think we're taking this just a little bit too far. And the others are like, we don't like you no more. No, we're gonna kill you. But consider this. The only reason they have the powers that they do is because of the main good chick. So if you kill the source of your power, well, then you'll become powerless. If it was me, I would probably use a spell to render her in a vegetative state. That way, I can still access the power and get her out of the way. But that's just me. Now, the end is a glorious effect-written thing where you have the one chick that is trying to be good against the three chicks that are drunk with power. Now, the good chick does get rid of the other two, but it's the final showdown between the much fun main villain and the goody-goody two-shoes good girl. I won't spoil it, but that last scene is pretty cool. And again, bravo to the main villainess. She does a wonderful job. And, truly, she is a marvel to behold. Now, there are a lot of stories behind the scenes of this movie saying that there was a lot of interesting things happening when they were producing. The main seance, where they call upon the power of their deity and grants them power, is notoriously known for having certain things happen behind the scenes. Every time they would start their chant, the weather would get really bad and they would have to stop. And the minute that they stopped, everything calmed down. So there was something probably to that. An example and a lesson to you all. Don't mess with things that you're not prepared for. Don't go full blown, let's do a chant for a deity that we don't really know, because you never know what you might actually summon. Do your research first. Figure out exactly what you're saying, what you're doing, before you go around and do your seances, because, you might get something that you weren't expecting. Not only just power, but something darker. So always read your instructions, always read the fine print, and always prepare for any eventuality. Same thing goes for anything that you're trying to summon. Just common sense. I mean, really. That's why you have cookbooks, so you know what the end product is actually going to be. Well, The Craft is a very stylish kind of movie. While the witches themselves are not as memorable as the ones from The Witches, especially the Grand Witch. Yes, the effects on her were marvelous. It is a product of its time. It does showcase beautiful women doing fantastic things, and it is very memorable. A lot of people that watch it fondly remember it as a good time, because it is. It does have some CG effects, but much like the movies of old, it doesn't lean too much on the CGI. It has practical effects, and it does have some sleight of hand here and there, but it is used to improve, not to just carry the damn movie throughout. The Craft gets a score of a B+. Enjoyable, a time capsule of its time, but the premise is interesting. The performances are very well done, especially, once again, by the main villain girl. She was marvelous in this. So I very highly recommend this movie if you are looking for something with witches. I would still recommend the Angelica Houston The Witches movie, but if you're looking for something more modern, and fun, this is a good movie to watch. Well, class, as I am preparing a little something something, I wish you a happy day. Thank you for watching these videos, and we still have a couple of more days to go. So until I see you tomorrow, class, this is Professor Macabro and my lovely assistant, Zombie Wasitos, wishing you all a good evening.